Well, hello, and welcome everyone. Super excited to see you all here tonight. And boy, I can't wait to introduce you to my guest tonight. So first of all, first things first, my name is Jessica. They call me J-Lo, the short one of this whole amazing company. And I'm just excited to be here tonight. I gotta be honest with you. You know, it's been really awesome to be able to share stories, right? And educate folks on why are we even here on a, what is this, a Thursday night at 9 o'clock? Like, what has tuned us in to being here tonight? And it really is about better health, but it's also about creating a journey of just like-minded folks where the community is just incredible. And for someone like myself who comes from a very traditional background, so for those who don't know me, it's really traditional and it was in a box. I literally worked in education, which I love educating, don't get me wrong, but education kind of had a ceiling for me when I was a teacher. And I shifted into Parks and Rec as a professional there, which, hello, that's government. So maybe there's a ceiling there too. I don't know. Both industries that I kind of sunk my teeth into were great from a servant leader standpoint, but not so great from an income standpoint, not so great for long-term standpoint. A lot of stress, a lot of things like that began kind of hitting me. And I got to be honest with you, I had a great friend of mine who knocked on my door and said, hey, you want to take a look at something else? I didn't know I was looking for what tonight is going to be about, but I did know that my health was suffering because my work just took me into lots of different places. So if you've ever felt that way in your life, you're probably in the right space. I'm just going to tell you. So if someone invited you tonight because you're stressed at work, you're in the right place. And if somebody invited you tonight because your health is a little challenged at times, you're also in the right space. And guess what? And if someone invited you because you are the healthy person in the room, but you know a lot of people who aren't or need it better, then you're in the right space too. So let me dive in real quick. I'm going to share my screen, offer up a couple slides just to kind of tell a little bit of a story, if you don't mind, and you can bear with me. Let me share my screen. Oh, would you mind allowing me? Yep, no worries. I've got my trusty assistant over here. Thank you so much for helping me share that screen. So let me do this. Boom. So look, tonight is all about this. It's about activating the body versus supplementing it. If you can think back in the day when we were kids, our bodies worked at a function like this, it never shut down probably, right? Well, guess what? As we age, things start to happen. So I'm not going to tell you how old I am. Maybe I'll let you guess in the chat box. I don't know if you want to, but I can tell you that as we age, a former collegiate athlete myself, as you age, things start happening to the body. Do we agree with that? Show of hands. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. Okay. So I see some heads shaking. So the answer is yes. Our bodies begin shifting, and that's because it's not working optimally. It just isn't. And so if you can walk this journey with me, here's how we're going to start. We're going to talk about that activating the body is way more effective than supplementing it because of everything surrounding us, the air we breathe, the things we do to our bodies, what we eat totally works and wreaks havoc at times on our bodies. So what I'm going to talk about today is this. See, gosh, about 15 years ago, right? Back in 2005. Oh, heck no, it was longer than 15 years ago. A really interesting study came out that this particular product, Protandim NRF2 Synergizer, look at that first statement, was found proven to lower oxidative stress by an average of 40% in 30 days. And you're going to tell me, I don't even know what you're saying. What the heck is oxidative stress? Well, if you could think about this, take an apple, cut it in half, leave it on a counter, and guess what happens? It turns brown. That's what happens as we breathe air. Now, former athlete, I used to breathe in a lot of air, huffing and puffing, running, diving, doing, right? So guess who has more oxidative stress? Someone like myself, right? That former athlete. Guess what? My mom, who's 85, as she ages, guess what happens to her body? More oxidative stress, right? Because she's having a harder time to function, to continue to keep the youthful edge, right? But here's what we found. This product right here, 5 herbal ingredients. Look at them right there at the bottom. Turmeric, milk thistle, green tea, bacopa, and ashwagandha combined together does some powerful things. Supporting natural cellular repair and process. Are you kidding me? Like that last statement increases the median lifespan of male mice. Now, I'm sorry, but National Institute of Aging sounds like a pretty good company, right? It's not just some, here's Jessica Perez, J-Lo in the front of the house saying that. So this is why I was really excited when my friend picked up that phone and said, Jessica, I need you to pay attention to this almost 11 years ago. October of 2011, I'll never forget that moment because this has made a significant difference in my life and that of people that I care about. So we start here. We start at the basis, but where we started was with a company, okay, who sold products since 2003, even though this report hadn't come out yet. So in 2005, an ABC primetime investigative report was done on this particular company. And they said, okay, can that bottle of Protandim really do all that? Can it? And the answer was yes, it can, right? You saw a few of those studies. Since then, over 28 peer-reviewed research studies, Ohio State, LSU, Harvard. Are you ready for this one? The American Heart Association. It's in their journals, right? So all of this combined together, I said, okay, the product was a check mark for me, okay? Now I'm like, well, what kind of industry is it in? Well, look, it used to be in retail, okay? But they realized the story must be told. So guess what it's in right now? Direct sales / network marketing. That's right. This is a network marketing opportunity, right? That is fueled by a product called Protandim NRF2 Synergizer. And guess what? From that moment on, the science has completely gotten better along the journey. We have activators in every pathway that you need in your body, from the brain and cognitive function to your gut. Hello, right? To energy. Who here needs more energy? Well, you're probably saying I don't right now because I've got more energy than anybody on this call right now, right? And it's because we have a patented product called Axio. Uh-oh, I think somebody might be drinking some. Okay? So, see, that's the beauty of what our products are. They're science-based, yet they do some incredible things that you and I can share. See, this company is publicly traded on the NASDAQ. That's pretty big. And we have a corporate leadership that is incredible. Okay? So because we have this opportunity that's fueled by this incredible product, this is why I sit in front of you today. This is an average earnings disclosure statement, right? I told you I left education. I told you that I left the Parks and Rec department, not for nothing. I'm single. I need to support myself, right? And this is a mechanism for me to do that. Not only to build my own income, but to help others build theirs. That's why I have, and so excited to have this guest on today, right? Because I've been able to help him drive his business as some of the other folks on this call, right? That's a beautiful thing. So if you look at this average income earnings disclosure statement, kind of like, let's look at some of these numbers. Look at Pro 3, the orange one. Slide over to the right to the second column, the average monthly commissions per rank, and that's roughly $600 a month. Who here could use an extra $600 a month? I don't know. It's average, of course. I can't tell you it's the most, it's not the least. It's an average number, all right? Not bad. But what I can tell you is that when it comes consistently every single month, that's a beautiful thing. So if you understand finances and you understand what returns are, that's not a bad return. I'm going to tell you I'm above a Pro 3, and I can tell you that my income is greater than that, right? And because of that, things like this have happened. I got to buy my niece's wedding dress. That was kind of cool, right? And it was because I built the foundation because I've shared this information with other people. And that's really it. I'm passionate about our products, so I share my passion with others. Those who say yes, we create an income, we create commission, we're the sales force, okay? And I like to call us an education force. So we're here to educate people about their health and the journey that they can have. So, without further ado, I'm going to introduce my good friend and business partner who joined this business. Oh, Michael, work with me here.
Technically, I'll be coming up on a year. Realistically, 3.5.
Right.
I've been a consumer
So
of
he's
three and
going
a
to
half.
tell that story. Yeah, he's going to tell this story because it's kind of cool. But I'm super pumped. So Michael Hool, he's out of Alabama now, right? He was in
This week.
Florida before, but now he's in Alabama. So Michael, why don't you share a little bit of your story with these folks? I think you have a powerful one, and you've been in business. You're a businessman. You understand business, the good and the good, the bad, and the ugly, all of it, right?
Oh, yes. And one of the key words I picked up on what you mentioned earlier was stress at work.
Mm,
That sums up my career.
mm,
I started out back in 1999 as an EMT and became a paramedic, and I was a first responder for a long time. That is 24/7 job. On nights, on weekends, on holidays. And it's a very low paying job, surprisingly enough. So you have to work lots of overtime. I smartly got out of that and got into organ donation, which is something that I believe very much in. I'm very much a believer in helping others save others.
mm,
And I did that for a long time. In fact, I'm currently still doing that per diem. Um, what I found was in the beginning with being a paramedic and working first responder, I missed the boys growing up. Um, our daughter was growing up. She's a lot younger than the boys. There's an 8-year difference. And we tried doing some things we thought would work good. I was in Connecticut initially, and we thought moving to Hawaii would be an amazing opportunity. I had an opportunity to start an ocular recovery program for the organ bank there. And this was a great opportunity. So we moved to Hawaii. What I didn't realize is that running a brand new program,
mhm.
I was 24/7, 365. I did nothing but work. I was always on call because I was one with the knowledge. So I was getting called nights, weekends, holidays. It didn't matter if I was on call, not on call. I was getting the phone call. And I was missing my daughter growing up.
Mm,
And my wife and I were both in the field, and we decided that we did not want to miss her growing up like we missed the boys. Family is huge for us, and we were missing her growing up. And she was 8th grade, and we said, wherever we are when she starts high school, we are going to stay there. We will not move until she graduates. Because my wife had to move when she was in high school, and it really affected her. Um, so we decided to take a leap. We got out of organ donation. We left Hawaii. We moved to Florida, close to my family and closer to her family. And we bought a business. This is a great idea. I'm going to be my own boss. Now, I bought a deli, spent 50 grand, actually 55 grand up front to buy this business. All right, we cashed out my wife's retirement for this. After taxes and everything, they wipe you out. We spent 55 grand on this business. And it was great. It started out okay. It wasn't what we expected. They had fudged their numbers. So we struggled. And Tanya ended up going back to work doing organ donation because she actually loved it more than she loved the deli. And what I found was I was back to 7 days a week doing 12-hour days. I put an additional $25,000 into the business building it up. I was not getting the return. That $600 a month, that was about what I was getting from the deli. And I'm working 7 days a week, 12-hour days. It was not a good move. Actually, Tanya found Jessica and they started talking about something else. And Jessica pointed out the business and Tanya joined. And I joined as a customer and started using the products for a couple of years until last year, April, where I became my own distributor. Decided it was time for me to do this. I want to run my own business. I like being charged myself. I want to do this. Now I start doing the math. I spent almost $80,000 on that deli. I did not get back a tenth of it. I lost my shirt. It was crazy. I spent pennies on the dollar to join this business. And it has given me an opportunity that blows away the deli. I could have easily saved myself $75,000, almost $80,000. I could have saved and been much better off. So for me, it's a great business move. There's a lot of opportunity for it. And I really want to thank Jessica, who said, hey, by the way, have you thought of? And that's all it took. And I went and researched it because I'm like, yeah, no, I don't. This is witchcraft type stuff. And I started doing research because being in the medical field, I love research. And the more I researched, the more papers I read, I'm like, oh my God, this stuff is amazing. It really is amazing. And then, of course, I was using it. I felt the difference. I didn't need my 1 o'clock nap that I needed before. I didn't need to take coffee all day long to keep me going. I became annoying naturally. It was great. I just don't shut up. So it's made a huge difference. And like I said, financially, it's a no-brainer. It really is. And I wish I had known that before I bought the deli, because I would never have bought the deli. It was a lesson learned for me, spending all this money on the business.
Well,
So-
I your story, every time you share it, it gets a little deeper and a little richer. And I'm super glad that you took us through the journey, right? Because how many of us have been faced with those decisions, right? You're faced with, and you're like, oh, my own boss. And then you go,
I
what?
thought it was a great idea.
Exactly, Michael.
And it is.
It is. And it's like finding your niche and finding your sweet spot. I think you found your sweet spot, because I do know that you have a passion for organ donation. I do know that you do, right? But I also know what the hours are. Right.
And now I do it per diem.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do it full time anymore. I do it per diem.
Yep. And so he's come to an understanding of what is the value that he wants in life. And guess what? The support network that you get here, we didn't even talk about our community, but I can tell you right now that I remember you signing up with your wife early on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And within the next month, was it within the next month that you all came to that first event, right?
Yeah, because we joined August, whatever, and then we went to global
October.
immediately. Yeah, so it was just before.
Yeah. And so when we talk about the power of what we have, so if you're a guest here, okay, if anything that we could impart or influence or impact you is, one, that yes, our products, like Michael said, bar none. I mean, there is nothing like them. Okay, there really isn't. And the science proves it, but we as people feel it. So that's the beauty of it, right? You've got science and people to talk about it, right? So that's who we are. That's number one. Number two, for those of you who are seeking and searching, whether it's to be the be all and the end all business, know that this is something that you can do on the side. Michael, you haven't quit everything you're doing, just like I haven't, because I'm passionate about sports. I love my youth sports and all the stuff that I pour into there. But guess what I know? I know that what we have our hands on here is a community of people who will support you in whatever facets of your life you want to succeed in. So I do want to thank each one of you for coming here today, whether you're seeing it live or you're catching a replay, whoever has invited you. Thank them for inviting you, just like I appreciate that, Michael, for you inviting or coming into to our fold. And I super am grateful for the person who shared this with me, one of my best friends, sharing this with me, knowing I may not have been open to the business at that moment, but she knew that I would be definitely open to what our products were. At the end of the day, whatever facet you're looking for, we're here as a solution for you. So thank you for joining us. And we do these weekly. So if you want someone else to catch it live, let us know, and we'll certainly get you a link for you to catch our next one. So thank you so much for joining us. And thanks again, Michael. Appreciate you all being with us. Bye for now.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.